Do you want to succeed or do you want to fail when you set up at a card show? Take random cards at random prices to a card show setup and see what happens to you. Now, look at the person that's prepared and knows their market. So I have a plan and I put in effort. You should do the same. Stop thinking you can stumble into success. 0.001% get lucky. Most of us do not. The key part of operating a business is understanding your industry and the market you're serving. LLC or not, make no mistake about it. Setting up at a card show as a dealer is running a business. That means analyzing the customers, competition, industry, and opportunity for growth or sustainability. Wait. If you're just setting up for fun and not really trying to worry about maximizing value, there's still some stuff towards the end of the video that you'll find helpful. When I decided to set up at a card show for the first time, I did just that and have been doing it ever since. I knew showing up at a card show with random cards and random prices wouldn't be a very smart use of my time. I tried to think of myself as hyper efficient, so with that, I had to have a plan to figure out how I was going to handle this going forward. But how? I started by checking out the local card show scene. I went to a few shows by a few promoters and saw a lot of foot traffic at a couple of them, so that was step one. Clearly, foot traffic at a card show matters. It matters even more if you're a dealer. If the show doesn't get many people, then frankly, what's the point? Again, I'm talking about foot traffic, people, not the size of the show. It could be a 40 table show with a lot of foot traffic. I'd rather be there than an 80 table show with a lot less traffic. It just makes sense. Now, if you can't get into those shows, I can understand why you take a less traffic show. Sometimes it is what it is. Foot traffic is opportunity. The more feet walking there are the more eyes on your table. Now it's up to you to maximize what you do with that opportunity when you're in a position like that. Now, what you're maximizing could be something short or more long term. You could be trying to make a dollar at that exact moment or trying to build an emotional connection with a customer that may become a customer again and again and again. Either way, it's your opportunity. Don't mess it up. Great. Now you have a show that you feel like has the foot traffic you were looking for, or a group of shows that meet that requirement that you're interested in. Now it's time to scout the card show that you chose. It's just so much more than just going to a card show looking for cards to buy. It is walking through and taking notes, paying real attention to what's going on at the show. Where are the crowds forming? Where are people just passing quickly? Where does the traffic go on the showroom floor? See if there are any takeaways from watching. The table's location on the show floor matters as well. You have to take that into consideration. Are they getting a lot of traffic because everyone that walks through the front door has to walk by their table? Or are they buried in the back corner and still getting tons of traffic? Then go to all those locations and see what's in those cases. It is almost a guarantee there's a common thread that you can pull. Up to you to take that information and see if you can align with it. Does the show cater to certain sports? How about certain teams? Is the local region driving the interest? Does it cater to multi-$1,000 cards? Or is this a $25 to $500 table show? What about card prices? Are they at comps, below comps, above comps? I think you get the point. Even if it means bring less stuff, that's okay. Look, you can bring other stuff too, but it is critical to bring anything that you have in inventory that meets the market requirement. At the end of the day, it's about making sales when you go to the show, right? I mean, of course you want to buy, but really you're there to make some sales. Look, at a minimum, unless you're rolling in cash, at least you want to be able to pay for your table. On a side note, personality is another thing. What I mean by that is don't go above and beyond. Don't try to be what you aren't. If you're funny naturally, let that shine through. If you're personable, that's great too. If you're monotone or even keel, that's fine as well. Just remember, be you, own it. The real you should create moments that help other people remember you. You become a memorable experience for them at a show that they enjoy. Heck, they may make a point to come to your table next time because of the interaction they had. Or better yet, they may say, go check out that guy's table because they remembered you. So am I extra? The way I mentioned earlier in the video, I think it's less about me being extra and more about me just not wanting to waste effort. Our time on this planet is limited and I refuse to waste it. So I go into everything with a plan and a bit of effort. You should do the same. Knowing your market for a card show is no different than knowing your market when you're going to buy a house. What car to get or what job to take. A little thought, a little effort, and a little time can completely change the type of experience that you have. But as always, these are just my thoughts.